Twitter is the stream of consciousness of the internet. From a chaotic startup to Elon Musk's overpriced passion project, Twitter has never seemed to find its footing. And yet, it has become indispensable. So how has Twitter become a basic utility? Something that everyone needs and no one wants to pay for. And how long can this last? From podcast startup to global platform. In 2006, a small podcasting company called Audio was facing an existential crisis. Apple had just announced that iTunes would include a built-in podcasting platform, effectively crushing Audio's business model. Amidst this turmoil, Jack Dorsey, a young programmer and Audio employee, pitched an idea during a company brainstorming session.
The idea was simple: an SMS-based platform where friends could share short status updates. Of course, Dorsey wasn't alone in nurturing this concept. Noah Glass, Evan Williams, and Biz Stone, all Audio employees, played crucial roles in its early development.
The project, initially called Twitter, inspired by Flickr and a 5-character SMS shortcode, was born as a side project within Audio. On March 21st, 2006, Dorsey sent the first ever tweet: "Just setting up my Twitter."
This mundane message marked the beginning of a platform that has revolutionized global communication. The name Twitter was chosen for its definition, a short burst of inconsequential information and chirps from birds, which actually turned out to be a prophetic name. Virtually all tweets were some form of that, but eventually these tweets would become anything but inconsequential.
The Twitter team strategically placed large plasma screens in conference hallways, streaming Twitter messages in real time. And just like that, usage exploded from 20,000 tweets per day to 60,000 during the event.
But the platform's rapid growth brought some technical challenges. Users frequently encountered the infamous fail whale, an illustration of a whale being lifted by birds, signifying that Twitter was over capacity yet again. Despite these growing pains, Twitter's user base continued to expand exponentially.
This is actually how Twitter developed one of the most iconic features, the character limit. The original 140 character limit was imposed by SMS protocol standards. Even as Twitter evolved into a web platform, this constraint remained, shaping the concise and immediate nature of the site.
Interestingly, many of Twitter's most iconic features were user-driven innovations. The @ symbol for mentions, hashtags for categorizing tweets, and even retweets were all created by users before being officially incorporated into the platform. Anyways, soon enough, high-profile names like Oprah Winfrey were joining live on air.
The little blue bird was about to spread its wings, shaping how we consume news, engage with celebrities, and even participate in political movements. From the streets of Tehran to the White House, Twitter was poised to become the digital pulse of the global society.
Cultural impact and pivotal moments. Twitter's ascent from a simple status-sharing platform to the hub of global communication was marked by a series of pivotal moments that showcased its cultural impact and potential for driving social change. For example, in 2009, Twitter played a crucial role in the Iranian Green Movement. Following the disputed presidential election, protesters used Twitter to organize and share real-time updates with the world, earning Twitter the moniker the medium of the movement. This event highlighted Twitter's power as a tool for democracy and free speech in the face of government censorship. Arguably, this has been Twitter's greatest feature of all, the ability to share information with the world faster and more directly than anywhere else.
Twitter's influence even extended to the highest echelons of power. In 2012, Barack Obama used the platform to first declare victory in the US presidential election, a tweet that was viewed approximately 25 million times and widely distributed offline in print and broadcast media. This marked Twitter's emergence as an essential tool for political communication and campaigning.
I mean, could you imagine a president tweeting? Then, the Arab Spring of 2010 to 2012 further cemented Twitter's role in political movements. Activists across the Middle East and North Africa used the platform to organize protests, share information, and bring global attention to their causes. This is when the phrase Twitter revolution entered our vocabularies. Over the last decade, Chris and I have started over a dozen businesses. It's not something we're particularly proud of, by the way, but it means we've had a lot of exposure to different business banks. You try one, you're not so happy, try another, you're not so happy. The cycle goes on. By this point, between us, we were laughing, but we tried them all. There was one we actually hadn't, and it's because they're newer, and we weren't really familiar with the fact that they had this option. So we wanted to try that based on our own knowledge and compare it. And I tell you what, it is head and shoulders above. And we are thrilled to be using and partnering with Wise Business.
Basically, Wise Business is the only account you need to get paid, pay employees and suppliers, and manage your business's money in multiple currencies.
Exactly. With Wise, you can do business across the world, pay, get paid, and manage your business's international money with ease.
And look, here's the thing. You actually save money as you grow. No hidden fees, no sneaky markups on exchange rates, and no ongoing subscription costs. It's like finding money in your pocket that you didn't know was there.
But my favorite part, and this is crucial, it's just so damn easy to use. I know because I'm the one who set it up for this company.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you're lazy. I was never going to get you to do it. But anyway, you can make payments in as little as a few seconds, and it integrates with all your business software.
You can easily withdraw funds from Amazon, Stripe, and more in multiple currencies. And it connects to accounting softwares like Xero and QuickBooks. But damn, what about security?
Well, as you know, every time you try and log in and take money out of the account without checking with us first, the security is amazing. They've got two-factor authentication, a 24/7 customer support team, and a fraud team working around the clock to keep Chris off our money. I could go on about all of the amazing features, but seriously, when you're a small company or even just starting one, there's already so much going on that having a payment service that's quick, easy, and, by the way, most importantly, reliable is just an absolute necessity. And for that reason, we use Wise. If you want to get on board, it's simple. Just head to wise.com/business to learn more about how Wise could work for your business.
Beyond politics, Twitter has transformed how we interact with celebrities and brands. It created a new form of direct, unfiltered communication between public figures and their fans. Ashton Kutcher became the first Twitter user to reach 1 million followers in 2009, signaling the platform's potential for personal branding and influencer culture.
Then there was Twitter's impact on journalism. The platform became a primary source for real-time news, with journalists using it to find stories, verify information, and engage with their audience. By 2013, 83% of world leaders were on Twitter, and journalists made up 24.6% of verified accounts. However, Twitter's growing influence did start to bring challenges.
Many people started to think of Twitter as a breeding ground for misinformation, harassment, and political polarization.
No. Nonsense.
The ease of spreading false information quickly became apparent and led to concerns about Twitter's impact on public discourse and the democratic processes. The same tool once described as a tool for democracy and free speech in the face of government censorship was now being seen as a threat to democracy.
By 2016, Twitter had become central to global events, from natural disasters to terrorist attacks. And by the way, ISIS had a Twitter account. And I know this because Chris helped them with their personal brand. But as Twitter's cultural impact grew, so did scrutiny of its business model. The platform had become indispensable to millions, shaping public discourse and driving social movements. Yet, it struggled to translate this cultural significance into financial success. The company faced increasing pressure to monetize its user base effectively without compromising the user experience that made it so influential. This tension between Twitter's undeniable cultural impact and its financial struggles set the stage for a period of business challenges and monetization failures.
Business missteps and monetization failures. Despite Twitter's meteoric rise as a cultural phenomenon, its journey as a business has been marked by a series of missteps and monetization failures. From its very inception, Twitter seemed to struggle with its identity as a company and its path to profitability. The pattern of uncertainty began with Twitter's split from audio. As Twitter grew, it faced recurring challenges in translating its massive user base into revenue.
The company went public in 2013, raising $1.8 billion in its IPO. However, despite this influx of capital, Twitter struggled to turn a profit for years. One of Twitter's primary monetization strategies was advertising, but it consistently lagged behind competitors like Facebook in ad revenue. In 2015, Facebook was generating over 6 times as much ad revenue as Twitter. This disparity highlighted Twitter's inability to effectively monetize its user base.
Twitter's attempts to diversify its revenue streams often fell flat. In 2015, it launched Moments, a curated newsfeed, which failed to gain significant traction. Similarly, its foray into video with its acquisition of Vine in 2012 ended in a disappointment when the service was shut down in 2016. just as short-form video was about to explode in popularity with the rise of TikTok.
Twitter's user growth also stagnated periodically, causing concern among investors. In 2015, the company reported its slowest user growth rate since its IPO, leading to a sharp drop in the stock price. This pattern of sluggish growth would continue to plague the company in the years to come. Twitter's attempts to innovate often seemed half-hearted or poorly executed. Features like Fleets, Twitter's version of Stories, were introduced and then quickly abandoned. This pattern of starting and stopping initiatives contributed to a perception that Twitter lacked a clear product strategy.
Twitter's business model also faced criticism for its heavy reliance on data licensing. In 2020, data licensing accounted for 14% of Twitter's revenue, raising concerns about privacy and the company's dependence on selling user data. Despite these challenges, Twitter remained a cultural powerhouse, central to the global conversations and movements. This dichotomy between its cultural significance and its business struggles became increasingly apparent, frustrating investors and users alike.
As Twitter entered the 2020s, it faced mounting pressure to find a sustainable business model that could match its outsized influence. The platform had become too big to fail, and yet it was failing to be profitable. It was in this context of business uncertainty and untapped potential that Elon Musk, the world's richest person and a prolific Twitter user himself, began to take an interest in the company. Musk's eventual acquisition of Twitter would mark the beginning of a new era of the platform, one filled with controversy, radical changes, and renewed debates about free speech and content moderation. Musk's vision for the platform would attempt to address its persistent monetization issues while simultaneously sparking new controversies.
The paradox, a platform worth $44 billion and nothing at the same time. In April 2022, Elon Musk, the world's richest person, offered to buy Twitter for $44 billion. This astronomical figure highlighted Twitter's immense perceived value. Yet, paradoxically, it also underscored the platform's struggle to translate its cultural significance into financial success.
You know what's funny about being an entrepreneur? Everyone thinks that we're these super productive machines, crushing it 24/7. But let me tell you a secret. Half the time, I'm just trying to figure out where I saved that one important file from 3 weeks ago.
Really? But you're so organized.
Yeah, well, I'm about to be, because I've been testing the HP OmniBook Ultra Flip, and oh my god, this thing is like having a personal assistant that actually knows what they're doing.
All right.
You know those days when you've got back-to-back calls? Well, you're about to make some great first impressions, because the Poly Camera Pro is insane. It tracks your face, fixes the lighting, and makes you look like you've had a professional film crew, even when you're working from your kitchen.
Yeah, it's tough to focus when you're out of focus.
I might legitimately look better in the Poly Camera Pro than I do in person. I shouldn't even bother having in-person meetings anymore. Anyway, here's where it gets really interesting. You know we're always talking about working smarter and not harder.
Yeah, that's very much your thing. I haven't quite mastered it like you just yet.
I've told you, delegate. Let the HP AI companion focus on the research so you can focus on what really matters. It can analyze documents, summarize reports, and even help you draft content. It can even summarize 10,000 words in seconds.
Wow, that's actually really amazing.
I know. Here's what I love most about the AI companion. It just helps you get to the point.
Yeah, I'm a vision person, so let's keep things at the top so we can make a decision and move forward.
Exactly. The AI companion can analyze an entire research paper in seconds, pull out the main insights, and even suggest action items. Work smarter with the right tools. Work doesn't have to feel like work. Look, I've built and sold companies worth millions, and I can tell you, the HP OmniBook Ultra Flip isn't just another laptop. It's like having an entire support team built into your computer. And here's the thing. Whether you're just starting out or scaling up, this is the kind of tech that actually makes the difference. It's not just fancy features. It's about giving you back time to focus on what matters, building your business. This isn't just an upgrade. It's an absolute game changer. And trust me, once you try it, you'll wonder how you ever managed without it.
For 10% off, use our code HPLoveWork. That's HPLOVEWORK. Valid until 31st of January. T's and C's apply. UK only.
Musk's offer of $54.20 per share represented a 38% premium over Twitter's stock price at the time. This valuation was based not on Twitter's financial performance, which had been lackluster, but on its potential and its role as a digital public square. Musk himself tweeted, "Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated.
However, the acquisition process was far from smooth. Musk attempted to back out of the deal, citing concerns about the number of fake accounts on the platform. This led to a legal battle that exposed Twitter's internal challenges and raised questions about its true value. The company struggled to accurately report its user base, highlighted the difficulty in quantifying the worth of a social media platform. The paradox deepened as Twitter's financial performance continued to falter during this period.
In Q2 of 2022, Twitter reported a net loss of $270 million, a stark contrast to the $66 million of profit it had posted a year earlier.
This decline in financial performance, coupled with the uncertainty surrounding the acquisition, led some analysts to suggest that Twitter might be worth far less than Musk's offer, perhaps even close to zero without his backing.
Yet, despite these financial woes, Twitter remained an indispensable platform for global communication. It continued to be the go-to source for breaking news, a crucial tool for political discourse, and a vital channel for crisis communication during natural disasters and other emergencies. This dichotomy between Twitter's financial struggles and its societal importance encapsulated the paradox at the heart of the platform.
The Musk acquisition also brought to light the challenges of monetizing a platform built on free speech and open communication. How do you balance the need for profitability with the responsibility of maintaining a digital public square? This question became even more pressing as Elon implemented sweeping changes to Twitter's operations and policies. Post-acquisition, Musk's radical restructuring of Twitter, including massive layoffs and controversial policy changes, further highlighted the tension between Twitter's cultural value and its business model.
Then there was an exodus of advertisers in response to these changes that underscored the delicate balance Twitter had to maintain between free speech and creating a safe environment for brands. As Twitter transitioned into this new era under Musk's ownership, the platform has found itself at a crossroads. It has been deemed valuable enough for the world's richest person to spend $44 billion on it. The challenge ahead is monumental. How can Twitter leverage its undeniable importance in global communications to build a sustainable and profitable business model? This brings us to the crucial question facing Twitter as it moves forward. Can the platform remain necessary while becoming valuable?
As we look to the future of Twitter, now X, the central question remains: can the platform maintain its role as a vital communication tool while achieving financial success? Elon Musk's vision for X as an everything app represents a bold attempt to address this challenge.
The idea is to transform the platform into a multi-functioning service, similar to China's WeChat, offering features like payments, shopping, and more. This approach aims to diversify revenue streams and reduce reliance on advertising, which has proven volatile under Musk's leadership.
However, this transformation comes with significant risks. The core strength of Twitter has always been its simplicity and focus on real-time public conversations. Expanding into new areas could dilute this unique value proposition and alienate long-time users who appreciate the platform's straightforward nature. Plus, Musk's controversial leadership style and political statements have already impacted X's standing. The platform has seen a significant shift in its user base, with more conservatives viewing it favorably while progressives increasingly express skepticism. This polarization could limit X's ability to serve as a truly global public square, potentially reducing its societal importance.
While Musk has attempted to pivot towards a subscription-based model with X Premium, it's unclear whether this can generate sufficient revenue to replace lost advertising income. The success of this model will depend whether users find enough value in premium features to justify the cost.
Not to mention the regulatory challenges from bodies like the EU, which has already suggested the platform may be in violation of the Digital Services Act, could lead to hefty fines and force significant changes to X's operations. How the platform navigates these regulatory waters will be crucial to its survival and growth.
Despite these challenges, X still holds a unique position in the digital landscape. Its role in breaking news, facilitating global conversations, and providing a platform for diverse voices remains unmatched. When the President of the United States wanted to break the news that he wasn't running for office, he didn't put it on the front page of the New York Times. He didn't hold a press conference at the White House. He simply posted it to Twitter.
The question is whether this societal value can be leveraged into a sustainable business model without compromising the core features that make the platform indispensable. Ultimately, the future of X hangs in the balance. Its ability to remain necessary while becoming valuable will depend on several factors. Musk's leadership decisions, the platform's adaptability to changing user needs and regulatory requirements, and its capacity to innovate without losing its core identity.
As we move forward, X will likely serve as a case study in the challenges of monetizing digital public spaces. Whether it succeeds in becoming a profitable everything app or returns to its root, the outcome will have a significant implication for the future of social media and digital communication.
What's certain is the story of Twitter, now X, is far from over. As it continues to evolve, it will undoubtedly shape and be shaped by the ever-changing landscape of global digital chatter. The world will be watching to see if this platform, once deemed both invaluable and worthless, can find a sustainable path forward.
Well, that's our deep dive into Twitter's journey from a chaotic startup to Elon Musk's X. Let's see how things turn out in the future. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
And let's be honest, if you made it this far, you must have enjoyed it. So don't miss out. Hit subscribe now.
Thanks for supporting the show, and we will see you next time.